Hi guys, welcome back. Again me here. We are from Learn Together. So today topic is data structure and algorithm. So in this video we are going to see what is data structure and why it is needed. So those kind of very basic stuff we are going to take, and this entire playlist you can get the end-to-end data structure. What are the techniques available in data structure and how we need to approach data. So those kind of videos you can get from this playlist. So let's get started. So this is today agenda. So what is data structure and what is relationship between computer science and data structure and why it is necessary. So what are they? What's next after this tutorial? Okay, let's see. What is data structure? Okay, here data structure is organization and management and manipulate the data. So which means we have a database. We have a huge amount of data. It may be a database or Excel sheet or any kind of thing. So you are going to manipulate the data, which means you can access, insert or delete or any kind of operation you are going to do, right? So then here we have data and we have operations. So these two things, the communication between the data and the action, that is called data structure. This thing will provide how to access the data, how to store the data, what are the formations we have in the data. So these kind of things we are going to see in this tutorial, and that is data structure. Then what is algorithm? So what is we know data. What is data, right? So data is having different kind of format. It may be a string or numbers or floats or boolean values, true or false or arrays, right? So we have these kind of data. But what is algorithm? So algorithm is a predefined definition, which is easily understandable by computer implementation, and it absolutely helps us to solve the problems and perform a computation and manipulation of data. For example, we are going to do arithmetic operations, then we need to do some data, right? So we need at least two integers for performing arithmetic operations. So addition, subtraction, like that. And nowadays data science is hugely demand one, and if your people plan to move that specific field, then you should learn data structure algorithm, because in data science we are going to handle huge amount of data. So that's what algorithm is very important to handling the data. Then what is the relationship between computer science and data structure? First of all, what is computer science? Yeah, computer science always taught us to operate or handle the data, which means we are accessing and manipulating data from our memories. But each and every data have own data type. In other hand, our computer handle in different ways, right? So in this point, data structure came. So when manipulating data in different varieties, our processor needs some clues. So how I need to handle the data when the user posts string, so you need some clue whether what is the data type of this, and if the user posts some integers, then again our processor needs some clues. So these kind of clues, these kind of preferred structures. These kind of preferred structures, that is data structure, right? Okay, this kind of predefined structure, that's called data structure. So why it is necessary? So obviously, I repeatedly said we need to manipulate the data. So what are the manipulation operations available in our programs? So it's completely non-relevant to any specific programming languages. So its data structure is it's completely in the concept oriented. So what are the manipulation available in our process? So that's called, we have three or four things: insertion, deletion, and sorting and search. So here we have first two operations we are known very well, but in the sorting and search, these two kind of things need data set. These two kind definitely need algorithms. So in upcoming videos, we are going to see what are the algorithms available to sorting array, sorting numbers, and sorting a string. So these kind of things, and search, tree traversal, and tracking path traversal, and search a specific element in array, how to find nth element parent. So like that, these are the sample questions. So if you need to achieve these kind of manipulation, then definitely we need to know what is data structure and what are the algorithms available to achieve these things. Okay, then list of data types. So before we move to what are the data structure available in languages, so I just initially go to the data types. So I just summarize from all the programming languages. We have these kind of data types. From number we have an integer, float, and double. From string we have a character or string. In array we have a single dimensional array and two dimensional array and multi-dimensional array. So we already covered in the array in the previous sessions. If you want to know, I just put that video link in the description. If you guys want, you can please go and check that video. Also, I mentioned our Medium link. What is array? What are the operations available in array? Specifically, that Medium post regarding JavaScript. So if you guys want, you can check that also. And object and boolean. So these are the basic data types of all the programming languages. So now, what is data structure? So we just now know about that in the introduction part. So data structure is handling the data. So what are the ways to handling the data, and what are the types we have to store the data and accessing the data? So when we have the set of characters, we'll call this string. So that is the first thing. And array. Array is a different kind of data types we can store. From here, let's jump into the whiteboard. So we all know very well what is string. So here, see, we have A, B, C, D, E. These are characters. But here we have an apple. It's a string, right? So when string is a group of characters. So this is the first data type, and what is numbers? So numbers we have integers, which means whole numbers, 1, 10, 2 up to n number of numbers we have, and we have a float. We have float numbers also. So float, which means 1.10, 2.22, like that. And we have a double. So double is nothing but the combination of both the things. So double is just a combo of integer and float. Then we have array. So I already mentioned, we already covered array, what are the types of array and the needs of array, all the things. But again I repeat it here. If you want briefly about array, please go to check in our comment section. And array is nothing but just assume it's a contiguous memory. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In general array, we preferred to store similar kind of data types in array. So here I just stored similar kind of data type. Here I am using integers. If you want to store a string, it's absolutely possible. So if you want, you can use A, B, C, D. So we can store this also. So this is array. So we can store similar data type or a different kind of data type. Even some programming languages give extra features like we can store A, B, C, and we can store objects in array. So it's completely depends upon the which programming language you used. If you are using Java or C++, then you can do this one. If you are using JavaScript or Python, definitely you can do this. So it's completely depends upon the programming languages. But here no worry, we are just knowing about what is data structure, and data structure is a concept oriented thing. When implementing and solving the problems, that time you need to know what are the features will give you are using that language. Mostly I preferred JavaScript or Python. So because these two programming languages, it's flexible, we can easily jump into the problem solvings. So then linked list. Yeah, linked list is moreover similar like as array, but it have two extra things. So here I just draw doubly linked list here. So we just go from single linked list. So here it's a data. It's a pointer. Here is a data. It's a pointer. Again, here is a data. Here is a pointer. Okay, so this pointer will point into the next data. So this is the initial value. This is the index 0. It doesn't have any pointer. I'll consider this is a last value. So this pointer will target into null because it's a last value, and this is a data. For example, I just did one example linked list. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1 after 2, 2 after 3. So this data is not pointing the next value. So we have another field here. It's a pointer. So this pointer will targeting in the last element. Pointer will target into null. So just to know about what is linked list. So we will see exactly what is linked list, what are the usage, what is the real-time use of linked list in upcoming videos. In linked list we have two different types. So the first one is single linked list, and the second one is doubly linked list. So that is tree and graph. So I hope you all are already aware of tree, because mostly used topic is tree. So tree is just kind of a combination of nodes, which means each element called as node. So it's a A and B and C. So it calls a root node. It's a child node. Okay, so it's a root node and it's a child node. Then this child node have another two child called D, E. So now it's a last, okay, it's a last element. It's also a child. It's also a child. So here we have a D, E is a end, last elements. So these two child have a parent B. These two child B, C have a parent A. So here A is the root of all those things. So in that it's just an example of what is tree, but in later videos we will see about what are the types of trees, how to traverse, how to find element in the position, how to traverse from the bottom to top, and from left, what is left node and what is right node. So these kind of depth details I will provide in the upcoming videos. Please check in on, if you want trees, please check into next videos. So it's just example of tree. Then what is graph? So in general we all are using Google Maps or any kind of maps. So in that the pathfinder algorithm is implemented. So in our college days we are learning a lot of algorithm, digistic algorithm. So lot of algorithms we learn. So let's see those kind of algorithms will upcoming all are in upcoming sessions. So let's take one example of graph. I want to make sure you people just I just want to make sure you people know or not about graphs. I just want to confirm that. Then only I need to. Then only I just suggest the available algorithms for finding the shortest path from the graph. So only I just write it here. It's just a introduction video of data structure and algorithm. So we'll see later what each data structure types and it's related to the algorithms and all. Okay, so we have 5 nodes. So A, B, C, D, E. So let's take an example. So what is the shortest path to accessing E? So we in graph we can move from two words, forward or backward. So I just draw from C to A. We can move forward and backward, but in A to B we move only forward, in B to D only forward, here forward and backward, here backward only. Okay, so here what is the shortest path of this is, so this is a question. So shortest path, what are the paths available here is A, B and E. A, B, A and E. So these two paths only available. The shortest path is A, B and E. I just taken from the rough, but when you finding the shortest path, they will provide what are the distance between A to B. Let's take in 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 25. So like this. So now we need to calculate again what is the shortest path of this thing. When here A to B is 10 and B to E is 5, then total is 15, and A to B is 10, B to A is 7 and A to E is 6. So now the total is 13, 23. So the shortest one is 15. So this will be the right answer. So A to B and B to E, it's the shortest path of this graph. So it's just a sample of what is graph. So we'll see later what are the methods available in graphs, and how we find the shortest path, and how to write the program for the shortest path algorithms. Okay. Then, so what is next? So now we know what is data and what are the data structures available, and what is algorithm, but we don't know what are the algorithms we need to use to solve the problems in the specific data type. For example, we have a string, so we get a problem from the string, so we need to find which algorithm I need to choose, right? If I get a problem from array, so what are the algorithms available to solve the problem? In kind of sorting or search element, inserting like this. So we need to know that, right? So what is next? The next is problem solving. Wait, you just said what is data structure and the list, right? So we need to know a lot. We need to learn at least what are the algorithms available. Yeah, right. So our next thing is we need to learn problem solving techniques. That is right. So in the upcoming sessions, we are going to learn what are the techniques available in each data types, and which is the best one, and what is the Bighorn notation, which is the fastest one. So we need to learn a lot. If you peoples are not familiar with Bighorn notation, I just put the description box what is Bighorn notation. I just shared our previous session presentation link. You people can go through that. If you have any questions regarding the Bighorn notation or array, please put it in the comment box. And thank you for watching. We'll meet. Stay hungry, stay foolish. Connect with, learn together. Thank you guys. We'll meet you soon.